Driver Tom Caruso is the throttle man. Carl is from Bay Shore, New York. Tom from Stamford, Connecticut. 38-foot formula. There they are. Carl and Tom doing a fine job aboard Total Marine Racing. Took a 4th place in Daytona a couple of weeks ago. This 38 Formula owned by TCS Motorsports. Offshore Racing, a 38-foot Formula. Howard Richardson is the driver. Jack Storley is the throttle man. They're from New Jersey. RNS Offshore is currently in 4th place in the national point standings. They took a 3rd marathon, a 2nd place in Cape Cod. Sponsors, Formula Racing and Sirius Satellite Radio. Special thanks to Mike Beekler for equipment sales. This boat finished in 4th place in the Worlds last year. Crew members include Jack Lawson and Marie Richardson. Currently in 4th place in this race right now, R&S Offshore Racing. You're watching race number 2 of 3 races here in Savannah. 4th stop on the national tour, APBA. This is race number 2. Great racing yesterday. Sirius Satellite Radio, one of their sponsors. Total Marine Racing, 38-foot Formula. The driver is Mr. Jim Arvis. Tom Caruso, the throttle man. Carl Seda, the owner of Total Marine Racing. It's a 38-foot Formula, as we said. It's powered by Merc Cruiser 2 500 horsepower imports. This boat also was sponsored by Sirius Satellite Radio and Formula. Total Marine, Factory 2. Nice driving there by Mr. Jim Arvis. Tom Caruso on throttle. Another major sponsor for Total Marine Racing, Roger & Sons Food Service Equipment and Supplies. Nice jump there by Total Marine Racing. And as we look to our left, it seems that Team Donzi has missed a turn, putting him farther back in the pack. There's Total Marine Racing. Total Marine Racing, a 38-foot formula. Jim Harvest, the driver. Tom Caruso. All right, now let's go with R&S Offshore Racing with Howard Richardson and Jack Storley, driver and throttle man. It's a 38-foot formula, Mercruiser powered, 500 horsepower Mercruiser inboards. Currently in third place in the national point standings. Took a third in Marathon, a third in Savannah, and a second in Cape Cod. R&S Offshore Racing in Factory 2. R&S Offshore Racing with Howard Richardson and Jack Storley on board as we get a closer look at F219. There we see a little bit of damage there, possibly from a little collision with Twisted Sticks earlier in the race, but not slowing them down at all. Currently in third place now. If it continues in third place right now, R&S Offshore Racing could possibly move into second in the national point standings ahead of Herbert Racing. Sponsors include Formula Racing, Sirius Satellite Radio, and a special thanks to Mike Beeler of Equipment Sales. Other crew members include Jack Lawson and Marie Richardson. Jack from Egg Harbor, New Jersey, and Marie Richardson from Franklinville, New Jersey. R&S Offshore Racing currently in third place. Harwich Concrete in first. Team Donzi in second, and R&S in third in Factory 2. Around the turn, R&S Offshore Racing. Coming up now, there is Total Marine Racing. Total Marine F232. It's a 38-foot formula. Mercruiser powered. Jim Arvis is the driver. Tom Caruso, the throttle man. Currently in sixth place in the national point standings. Total Marine. Another F2 boat. Jim from Mechanicsville, Virginia. Tom from Stanford, Connecticut. This same crew, Jim Arvis and Tom Caruso, took a checkered flag yesterday in Mountain Dew. Nice throttling there by Tom Caruso. Jim Arvis at the wheel. Total Marine. You're watching race number 2 here, this Cleveland Offshore Grand Prix, the 5th stop, national stop on the APBA Pro Tour. Of course, Corpus Christi next, then the Bahamas for the national championships, and Key West for the Worlds. 6-foot formula. It's Mercury powered. Patrick Dunn is the driver. Jeff Cresciano is the throttle man. They're from Michigan. 2 500 horsepower Mercury inboards. Let's play racing. F224. Other competitors in Factory 2, we got Harwich Concrete, Sonic Racing, Speedwear, Herbert Racing, Team Donzi, Snap-on Talking Tools, Twisted Sticks, RNS Offshore Racing, Total Marine, Speedwear. Lots of competitors in Factory 2. Patrick Dunn and Jeff Cresciano. 3-2 class, Harwich Concrete. We just saw them. We just took them to the finish line. Took a checkered flag there, followed by Team Donzi and RNS Offshore Racing in third. Harwich, the checkered flag in Factory 2 class. Well-deserved. They led all the way right from the green. In Factory 1 class, Team BRE, the winner, followed by H2O Motorsports and Typhoon in third. Team BRE, your winner in Factory 1 class. In Outlaw A, Mountain Dew coming out on top. Grumpville Men in second. Dan Carrera in third. Mountain Dew, the checkered flag in Outlaw A. And your winners in Performance 1 and 2. First off in Performance 1, Out for Justice in first place, followed by How Sweet It Is in second place. In Performance 2, your winner, Obsession. And in Performance 3, Dirty Cash, followed by Bring It On and Team TKO, Dirty Cash, the checkered flag in Performance 3. In Performance 4, the Bat Boat, followed by Cool Running and Miss Cigarette, the Bat Boat, getting the checkered flag in Performance 4. All right, after these two races in Cleveland, here are your national point standings as follows in the various classes. First off in Super V, Nick Carter Racing, Media Master, Phoenix Waste, and International Offshore. In Super V Light Single, Vortec Extreme, Fury, High Noon Racing, and Solarized. In Super V Light Twin, Pier 57, Stainless Marine, Hoods Quality Foods, Rodriguez Group, and Lucas Oil. In Factory 1, Typhoon, followed by Activator, Flashwave, H2O Motorsports, Chicks Beach Offshore, and High Energy Racing. Now, Typhoon had been in third place in Factory 1, moved all the way up to first place in the national point standings. In Factory 2, Team Donzi, followed by RNS Offshore Racing, Herbert Racing for a Cure, Harwich Concrete Block, Snap-on Talking Tools, and Total Marine. In that class, RNS Offshore Racing went from third, moving up to second. Herbert Racing now is in third place. And those are your national point standings in the respective classes after 2 races here in Cleveland. Great racing, but most of all, safe racing here at the Cleveland Offshore Grand Prix. Before we go, there are a few people that we would like to thank. First off, the entire staff of the APBA for orchestrating the fine event. Of course, Gary and Nancy Johnson for their fine camera work. Our helicopter pilot, Mr. Nick McMahon from McMahon Helicopter Services. This is Vince Lipari wishing you a fond farewell from Cleveland, Ohio. See you at the next APBA race in Corpus Christi, Texas. Bye, everyone. All right, there is on the inside coming up. There's Total Marine Racing. Total Marine Racing, a 38-foot formula. Mercruiser Power 2, 500 horsepower at inboards. Jim Arvis is the driver. Tom Caruso is the throttle man. Jim from Virginia, Tom from Connecticut. Carl Seda is the owner of Total Marine Racing. This boat took a third place in Cape Cod, a fourth in Savannah, a fourth in Texas, and a fifth place in the National Point Championships. Total Marine Racing in Factory 2. Main sponsor there, Sirius Satellite Radio and Total Marine. Jim Arvis and Tom Caruso on board this 38-foot formula.
Inside,
Speedwear on the outside. Total Marine on the inside.